spots. She's got scurvy too. Why are these relics so important to you?
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here. I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
She scratches the back of her neck. Remind me where I can find your caravan.
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Logothoth, you'll know you're close.
What do you know about Durgan's battery?
Just that it's been locked up tight for 200 years on account of those dwarves having a row.
She shrugs.
Which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry, I'm more of a businesswoman than a historian.
Cool. That's cool. That works for me, man. I don't need you to be
nice and quiet.
Super awesome historian lady. Okay, let's talk to that Orlin back here. Let's see what he has to say.
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
The Orlin turns and glances past you with a quick nervous motion. His ears, shredded and scalloped at the edges, are pressed against his skull. Aefric's sent me to check on you. He dislikes orphans, so of course he thinks you're up to something.
He... what? Oh no. No.
He runs his claw through his hair and tugs at his long, ragged ears. Can't imagine why you'd think a thing like that.
Is she there? Did you see her?
He leans around you, peering at a doorway. Who are you talking about?
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she...
He swallows.
I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away.
Oh!
Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
His hands tremble as he picks at his worn tunic. That's terrible. There must be something I can do.
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar.
New Aomar? That's hardly an improve. He stops himself, eyes wide. I mean, it's lovely. You'll love it.
But the locals talk about a Raid Saren party, camped west of town.
He worries at a ragged shirt sleeve.
It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
I'll do it.
Thank you. But be careful. She wouldn't have come alone.
Oh, bro, I will most definitely take care of her. I hate slavers. So much. So much. On a scale of 1 to 10, guys, how excited are you for the sequel to this game? Oh, they're playing dice.
Eyes open.
Dude, I can steal this? Okay, hold on. I want to try this. This is going to be interesting. Okay. I was sure. I must have had one too many. Did you really just stroll in here and swipe our winnings? Don't just stare at her, half-wit. Stop her. Ah! Okay, that's my bad. Like an 8 or a 9? 10 out of 10? Oh, dude. Tasumi, I cannot wait, because we'll do the sequel on Path of the Damned difficulty. That's gonna be so freaking amazing. I can't wait. He just vanished, did he? I know he's there.
Sure. Hey there. Eyes open.
I am in fact taking off from work.
Sure.
Get top blood!
Of course there was a trap there.
Yeah?
Hey.
Hey there.
Look at the number of
Give me a real
traps, dude.
challenge. There. What did I tell you? Give me a real challenge. And what do we have here?
So I got the potion. Search the Griff's Rest for the liquor. Okay. And a someone of dusty vintages lines these shelves. Many dates to before the War of Defiance. You will tune it later. You've seen the sequel and it's easy. Path of the Dam is too easy. Ah, that's a bummer. I hope they fix it before we start playing it.
Sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
I really hope they fix it because I would love for this to be like super challenging. Rip, yeah, rip. You know what? Since he's
Lena just swept the floors in here. If you're gonna get rowdy, take it outside, all right?
okay.
Right. What did you want then?
A room.
Quality bear pelt?
Yeah, I'm paying for a room again. That's fine. Some people have already figured out ridiculous multi-classes and such. Oh god. This should be interesting.
Margaret's
I'm still unsure about that multi-classing thing. We'll have to... We'll fiddle with it. We'll see what happens. You know, worst case, I won't have, like, the most optimal group. But that's gonna be fine. That'll be fine.
Your own father.
It will take some time before they tune it, but don't get me wrong, it will be somewhat of a challenge. Still not as hard as PO1. Oh, gotcha.
Now. The Republics, my children.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
It's probably going to be hard for me.
Isn't this something?
Some meat. Let's get in there. We'll have to start upgrading our gear too. We can make a few exceptional pieces now that we have, like rubies and stuff. Way back when I solo ran this game as a barbarian on Path of the Dam. Oh god. Now that must have been something.
Consider
must
done.
be soon. 2 days,
There.
no more.
What did I tell you?
Though Durgan's battery is mostly known for its steel, the refineries also produced extremely high quality copper that was used in coinage, art, and jewelry. This copper bracelet is typical of the jewelry that was produced in the community and its eye. I don't know what the point of this is. These necklaces have been made from the teeth and claws of various predators, wolves, bears, and lions. The shaft of each spear is splintered and broken, each of them held together only by tightly bound leather straps. Thirsch. This dwarf is busy staring into the fire, slowly puffing away on his pipe. As you greet him, he's visibly startled and his pipe clatters to the floor.
Sorry. Didn't hear you come in. My ears aren't what they used to be.
He stoops, wincing, to retrieve his pipe. When he rises again, he has a hand against his side. Who are you?
I'm Thiersch. I've lived here long enough that Kith have started calling me the Old Hunter. And that's about all I can say for myself.
Are you hurt?
Wasn't the ogres, I can tell you that. Put a few arrows in one of those and they generally have the good sense to back off. But I've been hunting this wolf for near a year now. A man-eater. Cunning, nasty thing. Every time I get close, it just slips away. The beast has already claimed many lives. The first victim was my son, Saldren.
Thiersch looks down at his pipe for a moment, features hardening.
Got the better of me this last time. Distracted me long enough for one of its kin to turn up. Nearly bit me clean in half. I'm a few weeks out from trying again.
He winces. You said this thing is a wolf?
No ordinary wolf. A monster. This creature is big. And I see the signs it leaves behind. The mess it made to the last couple of hunters, and the elk doesn't always finish its meals. Damn thing might be sick. Might have a bullet in its jaw. Something. In any case, it needs to be put down.
Where's the beast?
It roams the russet wood out to the west. Seems to have decided the lake is a good place to find prey.
I need to finish my run I'm doing now because I never finished the last DLC. Playing as Death God Barath Priest, using a two-headed S-Stock, maxing out damage with buffs. I already know how to build my character in PO2. Oh, really, Tsumi? Oh, man, that's going to be great. I can't wait for you to tell me how you like the sequel.
Yeah. It's picked off some scattered ogres from time to time. But mostly it's been going after hunters. Travelers.
Can you tell me about your previous encounters?
Nothing to tell. Near misses, all of them. One time he clambered right up the cliffs to avoid my snares. Another time, he chased a bear into my camp. I nearly had him once. I could hear him below, eating, and I had the gun aimed right for him. Until the wind changed. He charged headlong into the tree to get at me. Nearly knocked me off my perch. And when I righted myself, he was gone.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
It needs doing. But I warn you, this beast is not to be trifled with.
I wish
Must make
I
its
had backed the
lair
game. I didn't even
somewhere
know they were making a sequel.
If you mean to go there, keep your wits about you.
Like, I really want to back that game. I hope they make a third one and I get to back that one.
Watch yourself on the mountain. In these lean times, everything looks like prey to something.
I have some questions.
Coming to your elders for advice, is it? What can I do for you?
Teodor said I should talk to you before I head to Longwatch Falls. And good things you did. Hot springs north on the road and crawling with Lagufath. I'm surprised Teodor found himself out there. The thing to know about Lagufath is they're fast. Tolerance to cold too, so try another angle of attack. Something seems to occur to him. He pats his pocket, clenching his pipe between his teeth. These will come in handy. Use them if you get into trouble. He hands you a few sealed bottles. The old hunters look you up and down, puffing on his pipe. But if I'm being honest, you may not even need them. You handle those ogres well enough, and you look like you could hold your own against these Lagufath, too. What can you tell me about Stalwart?
Well, I can tell you it won't be here much longer if things go on as they are.
Yeah.
The mine's closed. We've lost what put us on the map in the first place.
I contacted Obsidian to try and get a free copy of the game. So I could maybe do a giveaway. So, like, I have the free copy for myself and then buy another copy and then do a giveaway from that copy. But I've not heard from them since. So I probably will not get a free copy. Otherwise, they would have told me already. Which is okay. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It just would have been awesome.
We're losing people every month. Too many mouths to feed and not enough to support them. Even the game's dwindling.
They did stop by my stream, though. The devs. They stopped by my stream of Tyranny I was playing the other day. It was super cool of them.
I've been lucky. I have hides and horns enough.
Maybe next time.
Raiders
Oh, sure.
happy, but now the ogres are picking the rest of us off.
Can you tell me about the ogres? Only that they've been coming down in force again and again, trying to drive us out or kill us outright.
The moment we started looking into Durgan's battery, it was like we'd kicked a hornet's nest. You made a good showing against that last group, by the way. I think you've given them reason to think twice about coming back.
Why is the hunting so poor?
It's been a colder season than usual, and the elk herds aren't faring well. We're stuck fighting with the ogre clans and the wolves over what's left. Not to mention the occasional beast. We've lost a lot of young hunters.
As the legacy struck Stalwart as well.
It has. We had some hope in the early days that we'd be spared, isolated as we are. That hope died in a hurry. Not everyone's been so unlucky, of course. You'll see a few pampered sprats around.
Treating them like precious stones won't see them grow up any faster, if at all. The sudden sorrow in his features belies his soft laughter. You must have some interesting hunting stories.
Long hours checking snares and waiting out elk, mostly. Used to hunt some of the big ones. Bear, stelgare. But up here, it comes down to necessity. Which means keeping Stalwart fed, or else keeping it safe. Thing is, the last hunt didn't go so well, as you can see.
That's all the question I had. Farewell. On down the wolf. Ah, that's gonna be great.
Sure.
I'm pumped for that wolf. That's gonna be so cool. Oh man, I love this game. And you know what, guys? I also love your faces, because you guys have been amazing. Thank you very much for watching the stream, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm not going, by the way. I'm just saying, because I love your faces. And it needed to be said. Yeah. Idarin. The Earl bows to you. The adventurer who saved the village. So good of you to visit my humble wagon. I am Idarin. How's business? He gestures at the village around him. Poor, like this place. Not much coin to be made trading in furs and fish. I came to the White March because I assumed there would be no competition, and I've none. Because there's nothing to compete over out here. Oh god, poor guy. If you're not making any money out here, why do you stay? His eyes lower. I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I give you up and return with little more than I left, then his hands balls into fists. No, it won't be like that. I'm not giving up yet. That's hilarious. Poor guy. Remnants of Whale's eyes. Grants mirror image when hit by critical hit. Against Charming Confused. Against Dominated Attack. Bro. I'm buying this. This is great. 2 enemies needed to flank. Perception. Might, Constitution, and minus Intellect and Resolve. It's under a hood. Man, I think I want to buy this too. The Watchful Cloak Mark II. Yeah, let's do that. Uh-huh. This great cloak is covered in a multitude of stylized eyes, symbols of the gods. Whale. It is said to have been created by the wizard Gorin, who hoped that the pious endeavor might invoke Whale's protection. Set against the many eyes of the 100 mysteries, Gorin hoped his enemies would stumble after falsehoods, while he would remain resistant to the bewildering effects of the world's mysteries. Those who have come across the cloak since have found much use in its enchantments. What became of Gorin himself is unknown, however, for nothing else remained of the man or his work. Okay, and what about this one? Rufek was a bruiser and a follower of Whale. He was often hired as a courier or bodyguard because of his size and strength. Yet, he was a quiet man, and he developed a habit of walking with his head bowed in prayer. Because of this, would-be thieves frequently attempted to waylay him. But Rufek was blessed by the god of secrets. With uncanny foresight, he dodged and parried the sudden attack and slew his assailants, sewing their eyes into his cloak. He intended it as a warning, but others saw it as a challenge. Eventually, he discarded this cloak and wore a simpler, subtler garment in its place. The sight of the dark cloak with shimmering, shifting eyes became famous among highwaymen and bandits. Loving it. Okay. Let's see if we can benefit from this, though. What's your cloak? No, this boosts your instant recovery. Reading flames. I think this would be good, though. Plus 2 enemies needed to flank. It's pretty darn strong. Let's try it for a little bit. Let's see how it goes. Look at that eye. Love it. It's great. As for the armor... DR7. Yeah, that's why I gave him to the tank. Yeah. Man, he looks swell in it. Loving that. Gotta put all of these back. Those two. It's the Skufundaku's Evil Black Arquebus. Nothing really to it. I bought it from... this is a founder's weapon. So they don't... they don't like... it doesn't give anything special. Like, all the bonuses to it are just like regular... It's just a regular gun, just with a different skin, essentially. I've yet to find an arbalest that is special. I found a crossbow, but I haven't found an arbalest yet. Yeah. What can I... Oh, bro. Loving this. Holy shit, that's good. It's already exceptional, right? Yep. 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 This is fine. Now this is exceptional. This is also exceptional. This is fine. This is now exceptional. This one I can't enchant, which is fine. This is exceptional. This is fine. But I'm in no rush to boost this because it's just a regular gun. This is fine. If I could make it exceptional, it'd be great. Yep. Boom. I probably can't, right? The arbalest is not even fine? Oh no. I thought it was. Weird. Okay. Yeah. I have enough to like enchant one more armor to exceptional. The problem is all of our armor is already exceptional. So we can't do it just yet.
Hey there.
Which is okay. Which is fine. Save. These smelters haven't seen use in a long time. Hey! We'll take that. Long watch. So this is the entrance we came in through. Now you have to go back here. Because we couldn't enter these houses before. But now we can. I'll find it. Without your help, not giving up. You hear me? Who? What? What? Charlatans. A dwarf paces with his head down and arms crossed, only stopping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face is smeared dark with grime, and soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. Check his shop? Oh, I will. Okay, cool. Work my hand into bloody stumps in this place. And for what? He cased a mound of dirty snow. Start with nothing, leave with less. He extends his arm out. What are you yelling at? At idiots, that's who. And I'm as much to blame for believing them. The dwarf wrinkled his nose, nostrils flaring like a horse. Well, good riddance. Should have never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind. Come to find out, you packed them anyway. But I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again. Not after this. Ockran gestures at the burnt-out buildings. These sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms, buried the memory of my past, they said. Now I don't have even that. What priests? Only ones here. They occupied the temple some time ago, picking at disparate folks like vultures. Those priests, Hunter's dogs, said the goddess would forgive, that some things are best left to be forgotten. He nods towards the nearby temple. The leader, Lafta, I believe their words. Another one of them, Gift Bearer, took my medallion. He closes his stocky hand into a fist. And now they won't tell me where it is. Why won't they tell you? Because they think they know better, that's why. Said it was the only way I'd forget. What did you want to forget about your past? That was a different life, better days. Until... Ockran closes his eyes and shakes his head. Motes of soot fall into his hunched shoulders. It's my burden to bear, not yours. I thought to cast it away, but the memories I lost were all the wrong ones. What else did you give the priests? The dwarf casts a measuring look at you. He quickly turns his head away and nods. You'd understand its value. My armor, I set finer than I've ever seen. But worthless to an old dwarf. And I traded it for the medallion, but fool that I was, I gave them both. Maybe there's something I can do. Not the kind of talk that I've grown used to these last few years, I admit. The priests may pretend otherwise, but folks here tend to look only after themselves. I'd be surprised if they return it willingly. They believe it's a sacred duty to cast the offerings to the goddess in some place where they'll be forgotten. Better to find where they dropped them, I think. What Lafta's role in this? She leads that group of crows. They took over the temple as folks started to leave. Came to unburden those that sought to forget their misery here, they say. Tell me about this medallion you want to recover. It belonged to my sister, which is a pretty trinket to her. To me, the dwarf casts his gaze down. She was the last of my family, least that still act like family to me. I don't expect luck to grace me now, but if you find anything, I'll be here. Count on it. He gives you a vigorous nod.
Laying low.
Oh, it's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really... Oh...
The dwarven woman looks at you, a disappointed expression on her face. In her hands is a large rectangular box covered in strange dials and symbols. What's working?
My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit.
Love it!
My Animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case.
How does that device work?
It's actually quite sophisticated, if you'll forgive me a little professional pride. A mix of alchemical processes and scrying enchantments, and some very expensive crystals. I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype.
She holds up the metallic box.
Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere. I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since.
I could go up the mountain for you.
Really? That'd be wonderful. I just have to adjust the device.